The state of Texas has an inherent public transport issue. It's just so gosh darn big, which ain't really a problem except moving people around and moving goods around. But I think it can be accomplished. Here in Dallas, we have a lot of people. And currently, our public transport system essentially requires the individual to own their own vehicle. But I think that's unnecessary. And I think we can alleviate that problem. This is UNIV 2020.
Yeah!
Welcome back. As you know, I'm Ronald Swingstate. Now, our proposal may seem a bit unorthodox at first, but, well, let me just let my associate Joey Fowler explain it in more detail.
Our proposal is very simple. It is that every person should be provided and required to use a skateboard for their public transportation needs. Using a skateboard for public transportation has many benefits. The first and foremost being that it will decrease air pollution and other environmental pollution as compared to the demands of other transportation needs, such as automobiles, such as buses, or permanent infrastructure as public trains require. It'll have less of an impact on the environment at large, because the only industrial production that would need to happen would be the production of skate parts, which pales in comparison to the dedication that larger, more motorized methods of public transportation require.
That's very interesting, Joey. Anything else you'd like to tell us about?
In addition to the decreased environmental pollution stemming from the infrastructure, using a skateboard for public transportation is completely powered by human energy and human will, so there is no natural gas waste or buildup and after the fact obtaining or use of this mode of public transportation, which segues into the next talking point, which is that it is good for public health and exercise of the people of DFW.
All excellent points, Joey. Thank you so much. Now, let's hear from our financial analyst, Vincent.
Our group decided to do skateboards as our means of transportation, like mentioned before. I'm going to be talking about the financial part of it. Now, issuing skateboards as a public transportation might be very expensive at first, and that's because skateboards usually retail around $200, $300, but that also depends on the type of quality that you're getting on the skateboard. For public use and transportation, you probably won't need that good of ball bearings or wheels or boards. Furthermore, the most expensive would probably be the safety equipment that you need, like helmets or knee pads or elbow pads, etc. However, they're only expensive because they're not being mass produced currently. They're being produced at a rate that's enough for the general public that are interested in buying skateboards. But as far as making an actual public transportation, once we start production, it would actually be quite significantly less. in price, therefore would actually be pretty cheap comparative to manufacturing buses and paying for their gas and employees to drive those buses or trains, etc. It'd be significantly cheaper. Addition to this is the training that is needed to ride a skateboard. For example, you have to train bus drivers specifically to drive commercial buses. Therefore, you have to pay more money to train the bus drivers. However, with skateboarding being a public transportation,
Vinny, I think you're cutting out a little bit. Losing the reception on the video call. Could you try reconnecting? You got anything more to say?
the second thing is training bus drivers to drive buses. That costs money. However, with the implication of making public transport skateboards, then the cost of training people would be significantly less. It'd be very similar to how we treat getting a driver's license. It would be either parental taught or instructor taught. And with the instructor taught, it's more of a business for those instructors. And so it would be actually less funding for most companies that actually pay their bus drivers to be trained or people to be trained to drive buses. And therefore, it would save a lot of money on training and production because you won't have to be upkeeping the buses or other transportation. Furthermore, or with the more people on the streets or on sidewalks, this might actually lead to increased infrastructure that would better our society. For example, there's places that don't have safe sidewalks for people to walk, but with the increase of people using skateboards, that could actually change, as well as making specific roads safer because more people will be on them with skateboards. Especially in school zone areas, people will drive slower because there's more people on the road with skateboards. Therefore, being more cautious and actually being a lot safer.
Thank you so much, Vin. Excellent analysis. Whew! What a ride this has been. Well, I hope you now understand that government-mandated skateboards aren't as unfeasible as they may have initially seemed. They're actually a pretty good alternative to our current solution, because our current solution sucks. Well, I'm Ronald Swingstate, and I appreciate you all watching this video. This has been UNIV2020. Thank you.